good afternoon, and good evening. Day 86. The end is very near. The end is very, very near. So I'm happy. About a week ago though, I thought, well, about a week ago I didn't know if the end date was going to be extended, only because I was still having like solid bowel movement and stuff. I know I talk about bowel movement quite a lot. I'm not sorry for it. I just think it's something we should, normalize, because you can tell a lot from bowel movement. Well, I can. When you go on a juice fast, you'll be able to see a lot of things coming out. Different shapes, different colors, different consistencies, with a load of added extra stuff, sulfur, parasites, mucus. So yeah, it should be normalized, because that's not normal. But over the last 3 days I've had no solid movement. It's just been basically mucus. So yesterday, no, not yesterday, the day before, I thought, maybe I'm nearly finished. But it does take around 90 days to literally get everything out. Some people go much further, much longer. It depends on how backed up you are. I guess we're all backed up in different ways. But yeah, so yesterday I thought, okay, let me just make sure that there isn't nothing solid left. So I did an enema. It was a very strong enema, a very strong enema. So I did that, and still no solid movements. It was just like, the way I've been explaining it, yeah, I don't expect everyone to understand, but if you go to a chip shop and then they've got the deep fryers, and in the deep fryers, obviously they probably put the chips in there, whatever. But obviously over time, that oil, it gets like dark, right? Yeah, the oil gets dark, and there's always like little, towards the bottom of the oil, there's like little bits, and those little bits is like obviously the old chips and all that stuff. Anyway, that's how it kind of feels right now, because like at the bottom of, like, I feel like I'm at the bottom of the pit. Like it's just like, it's almost like, it almost looks like sand, like it just goes to the bottom of the toilet. And then yesterday I think I had like oil, like there was oil that was there as well. But I have been taking flaxseed oil like while I'm on my journey, but I haven't taken it for like the last 3 days. So I'm guessing that might have been the oil from the last 3 days. So today I'm gonna play on it. I'm gonna play on it and see how it goes. But if I don't have no solid bowel movement for the next 2 days, I'm pretty sure that I'm done. But I'm still gonna go to my 100 days, because I'm just extra, and I just want to say, I went 100 days, because that's in my head now. That's the only thing that's in my head. But if I am finished, then I'm gonna just use these last however many days to really just pump a lot of good stuff inside. Like, even though I've been having the herbs and all the juices, I feel like only now it's actually going to play a big part, because for the most part I think all these herbs and all this fruit was just like pushing everything out. So now I think my body will be able to absorb these things better. So I think I will, it's kind of crazy to think I've gone through this whole journey of detoxing, and only now I'm actually going to probably reap the rewards of the detox. But I guess you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, what else? Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm on my way to the market. I only usually do videos and I'm on my way to the market. Have a little conversation with myself or anyone that's in, and answer any questions. But I feel good. I'm very light in weight, but I feel good. So yeah, today I'm going to, well, I plan to get some more watermelon, and then I'm gonna see what else I can find. I might get some grapes, but if they're not seeded, I'm not gonna bother. But my main thing I'm going for is watermelon, so I'm probably gonna get about 3 boxes of watermelon, which should last me about 4 days, maybe, hopefully. Oh, and some lemon. Oh, actually I might get some lime, because I've been having lemon all the time. But yeah, that's it. My journey's nearly finished. The journey's not finished, the journey's just continuing. It's a continuous journey to health and well-being, but it does start with detoxing, and I'm just gonna keep pushing this whole juice fast thing because that's what works for me, and I've seen it's very easy to do as well. Like, this is the first time in my life I've ever done any sort of a detox, and this was so much easier from me what's the word, basically coming from a traditional meat eating diet to a plant-based diet. This journey was so much easier, and you find that as the days go on, it gets easier and easier. The first 3-4 days, not gonna lie, it's kind of a shock to the system. It's kind of hard in a sense of smelling food, your body's like very confused, and then you feel that hunger, but then you realize that it's just the parasites need to be fed. That's why we get hungry. That's why we get them hunger pains. That's why we always feel like groggy and frustrated when you don't eat. And throughout this, like, deeper into my journey, I've realized, yeah, I don't get hungry. That is very weird. Like, I don't get hungry. I just feel like I need to be refueled. That's what it is, refueled. Because as soon as I've had the juice, I'm fine, I'm good to go. And I can go a whole day on 1 litre of juice if I really wanted to, but I'm not trying to do that. So the more juice you have, the quicker the detox, the quicker you'll clean out, the quicker you can get off and slowly introduce foods back into your diet again. Yeah, and then the deeper you go, the more you start thinking, you know what, you're not even craving the foods that you once loved. I had a big obsession with like flour stuff, like bread, like dumplings and processed foods. Like, once I have a taste for it, that's me for the week. Like, I've got an addictive personality, like, in a sense. It's like I have no balance. Like, I have no balance at all. Like, if I'm going for it, I'm going for it. Like, if I make dumplings today, I'm making dumplings for the rest of the week. If I'm having junk food today, I'm having junk food for the rest of the week. I can't buy food today and not eat it today. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but maybe that will change. Maybe when I start, obviously I'm gonna eat better now, that will change. But I always say, it's kind of good that I know what side of the fence I'm on, because it's like, if I took drugs, I'll be a drug addict. Like, so better me be on the good side than, you know, a downward spiral side. What else? But yeah, like, just a few, actually I could do this in another video. I was gonna just like a few tips on how to start. Actually, I will say it now, how to start your juice fast. And it can be very cheap as well. A lot of people ask like, ain't it expensive though? It can be expensive, but it can also be done on a budget. yeah, it can also be done on a budget. So for example, you could go on a juice fast and just juice lemon, basically, if you wanted to, like lemon, or you can mix it with like having going on a water fast, getting fruit that's in season, getting fruit that's cheap. Like even if you go to the supermarkets, like you know how you get the special buys, like the special offers on certain fruits, like what's in season, you can buy those. Like you can switch it up to however you need to. Even while I've been juicing, I've also done like intermittent fasting while I was juicing. So you can really cut costs. You can still incorporate herbs, but you don't have to incorporate so many herbs. You can invest in herbs that kind of heal the whole body, as opposed to getting like batches of herbs that combat different parts of your body. So it can be done. It can actually be done. But yeah, what I would say is also before you start juicing, I would say to, if you're coming from a diet of meat, dairy, fish, cooked foods, I would say, I think the reason why it kind of went so smooth for me is because before I started my juice fast, I gave up processed foods and refined sugars, like all the hidden sugars that are hidden in foods that you don't even expect there to be sugar in. I gave that up for 40 days, and then I started my juice fast. But I wasn't even going to do a juice fast. That wasn't my priority at all. But it was almost like my body was just like, let's just take it to the next step. And arguably, I think that seed had already been planted of doing a juice fast, so it just felt like the right time. But yeah, so I was having a lot of fruit, like whole fruits, salads. I was making this chickpea flour sort of bread thing to go with my salads, which was nice. It wasn't the greatest thing, but it was definitely a better transition than eating a whole load of processed foods with a little bit of salad here and there, or a little bit of fruit here and there. So I would say cut down on the meat and the fish and stuff, and incorporate a lot of salad, a lot of fruits, and then maybe do that for like 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to incorporate having herbs with those as well, that's great. I would say drink a lot of water. But if you're eating a lot of fruit, you don't really need to drink a lot of water, because especially if you're eating a lot of juicy fruits like oranges, grapefruit, lemons, watermelons, all that sort of stuff, you're going to get the highest quality of water, which is H3O. Water gives you H2O, but fruit water is the highest quality of water that your body can get. So yeah, so do that for maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and then start the juice fast. I know people might think, oh yeah, I'll do all this stuff and then I'll start a juice fast, or yeah, it's not, I can't do it right now. Like, okay, I'm just gonna say it, like, we can have so many excuses for so many things that we don't want to do. Like, if we want to do it, we'll do it, but it's a case of, is there ever going to be a right time? Is there ever going to be a right time to do it? You just have to do it. Like, maybe don't set a time on it. Don't say you're going to do it for a certain amount of time. I did that. I did it very early on. Like from day 7, I said I'm going to do 30 days, and it was all good and well. It was all fine. I think maybe that was me setting myself a target. But after a while, like when I said I was doing 100 days, it got to a point where it's like, okay, now I'm just like knocking down days like one by one, so it can feel a lot longer than it actually is. So maybe don't do that. Just kind of go with how your body feels. Take it day by day. Taking it day by day is probably the best thing you can do. Like, take it day by day. It's no rush. Listen to your body. Some days you're gonna feel more tired than others. Just know that when you do feel like that, your body is just working extra hard to push and eliminate all the toxins out of your body. So, you know, just ride through it. Like, some days you might not even want to get out of bed. If you can afford to do that, don't get out of bed. Like, some days you might want to go for a walk. Sometimes you just want to have a little bit of a chill. Sometimes you might want to be around loads of people. Do what you feel. Like, we're all different, we've all got different needs. While we're detoxing, you'll find that you might get very emotional, and that's an interesting one. You'll have a lot of suppressed emotions that may come to surface as you're detoxing. So when you're eliminating stuff, this is what I talk about poo a lot, but when you're eliminating, you'll find that just as you're about to eliminate something, you might have a surge of emotions that come up, and then once you've had that bowel movement, you feel like nothing ever happened. That does happen, expect it to happen. That wasn't very intense for me. I never had many of them, but it did happen. So just be aware, be mindful. If you know other people that have done juice fast, maybe ask them questions, ask to see how they felt. Ask them questions about, like, when I was doing my juice fast, I followed other people's journeys, and they actually showed their bowel movement, so I was able to look at the same time and think, oh, okay, well, they've had a similar bowel movement, and you don't get too freaked out about it, because sometimes you might see stuff and it's like, this ain't normal, that's weird. Like, only past 3 days I've had like blood coming out with mine. It looked like blood clots with mucus. I know it's early, but blood clots with mucus and stuff. And I'm not worried, I'm not scared, because I just know that my body's only gonna eliminate stuff that it doesn't require and doesn't need anymore. So you just kind of have to ride through it and just understand and learn. You're the best doctor. You are the best qualified person to give yourself advice and to maneuver through this whole detox. Like, very often we go to the doctors to be diagnosed for something. Sometimes you might go to the doctors and you might say you're in pain, and they're like, they might be like, oh, but there's nothing going on here. Like, at the end of the day, how can they tell you how you feel? So yeah, you are the most qualified person. You're gonna go on this journey, and there's gonna be a lot of people that that all of a sudden they're a nutritionist when they don't even eat the best themselves. Like, so it is a journey. These are things, I wouldn't even say they're obstacles, but these are things that you're gonna encounter. These are things that might put up such a hard hitting force towards you. Maybe it might make you sway off. You might come in contact with people that are like, oh, we're going here today and we're gonna go and get some food. You might feel like you're strong enough to go and just drink your juice, but if you feel like there's a bit of I don't know if I can do this, don't go. Like, don't go, because you don't want to set yourself up to fail. You want to be able to go through this journey. You want to be able to work with yourself. You want to be able to give yourself everything you need while you're on the journey. You have to be selfish. Like, you have to be selfish. If everyone's over there and you're over here, don't compromise. Why are you compromising? At the end of the day, you can do these things again after. This is just a temporary thing that will add years to your life. You'll have a better outlook on life. You'll feel amazing. Like, all these benefits are just endless, to be honest with you. And look, I'm not even at 90 days yet, and I'm so in tune with my body. Like, and how many people do you know that can say they're so in tune with their body? How many people do you know that can say, oh, they've actually cleaned their entire body out, and now they're ready to just put nothing but goodness inside and reap the rewards of everything that they've just put inside of them? Like, it's just an experience. This whole journey is an experience. I would highly recommend it to anyone especially anyone that's struggling, anyone that's suffering with any sort of diseases. I wasn't diagnosed with anything before I started, but this whole blood and mucus thing that came out of me was like, I was dealing with something and I didn't even know. Like, we're sick and we don't even know. Like, I'm just glad that I've managed to take pictures and document my whole journey. I would also say, make sure you document your journey, write down how you feel, do a little diary, buy yourself some scales to weigh yourself. If you can get some that weigh your body weight, your water weight, all these components of weight, that would be amazing. I never started from the beginning. I did weigh myself at the beginning, but I never had these scales at the beginning. But I'm glad that I did get them, because I'm able to see what's going on with my body. What else? I would say buy a book on healing. It might help you. I can recommend some books, I can recommend scales, I can recommend herbs that have helped me. But obviously we all have different requirements while we're detoxing. We all have different sort of diseases that have manifested in different ways, but ultimately from the same sort of lifestyles that we've all been living, whether it's environmental toxins and the foods that we've been eating, even down to the water we've been drinking. Yeah, I can recommend all those things. I can highlight it in another video though. But about to go cash point, about to get my fruits. I'll show you what I get, and that's it. Day 86. Happy days. It's been it doesn't even feel like it's been 86 days. Because I've kind of just been going with it. I've had a few family members that have joined me while I've been on detox, and you'll find that as well. You'll find that people just want to try it out. Maybe they see that, you know, you've lost the weight. Sometimes people just want it for that aspect of it, but it's so much deeper than just losing weight. You're losing stuff that shouldn't be there. It's not just the weight, it's a lot of stuff. But yeah, I will keep you posted on my journey. Have an amazing day, have an amazing night, have an amazing afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you, Danny, for the congratulations. I hope that you try Juice Fast as well. Anyone that hasn't tried a Juice Fast, I hope you try one. Even if you want to try one for like maybe a day, go a day. But just test yourself, because you can do it. Anybody can do it. It's so easy. And once you get past those first 7 days, you're gonna be like, that wasn't so bad. And then you're gonna think time's flying by. So just don't count the days. Don't set yourself a target. Or if you're a target orientated person, then maybe you want to do that. But ultimately, just take it day by day and enjoy the ride. If you have any questions, you know, you can message me. I message everyone back. So yeah, I'm gone. People, have an amazing day, and I will catch up with you soon.